Okay, this is a Gaskin story about Uncle Dave.
Hey, Mommy's.
Because it's Uncle Dave's birthday.
Hey.
Ah!
Oh, okay.
He's,
Go
how old
up
is
here.
Uncle Dave? If I'm 34, he's probably 37. Maybe 38. 37, 38. Something like that. Anyway, what do I remember about Uncle Dave growing up? Uncle Dave was my big brother, 3 years older than me. My probably earliest memories of him are in Provo, Utah, when I was a wee lad, and he taught me how to tie my shoes. And I remember we used to wander the streets together. He taught me how to ride a bike, which was really cool. And so we'd bike all around the streets of Provo there, and we'd go to the store together and get penny licorice and penny, they were probably Swedish fish or something like that, and penny gumballs. That was fun. We would, let's see, play together. I played with his friends quite a bit, which was probably annoying for him, having a little sibling playing with him and his friends, but that was me. Annoying little brother. Anyway, I remember we'd get in wars with the neighbors. We'd have chestnut wars where we'd throw chestnuts back and forth, or maybe it was horse chestnuts. Anywho, something. We'd play in the ditch and get all muddy and throw mud balls. It was fun. We climbed trees quite a bit. We had a big tree in our front side yard in Provo, so we'd climb that a lot. In DC, I remember throwing the baseball back and forth with Dave quite a bit, and
I hope the ball didn't hit you in the eye.
no, it didn't.
Good.
Hit Aunt B in the eye though, when we were playing with her. That wasn't very cool. I remember in DC also, Dave and I would walk to school all the time, and I remember one time after school, I saw him. He was in a fight with some kids. I can't remember why. And so I ran in. I saw people picking on my big brother. Maybe he was picking on them. I don't know. But I ran in and joined the fight and jumped on the back of some guy. And anyway, Dave told me to leave. He was fine. What else? In North Carolina, I remember he and I used to explore the backyard forest quite a bit. He and I walked to school then too and rode the bus together. And we'd play on the tire swing quite a bit together, and the hammock. And I remember we went sledding together and built snow forts. That year we had tons of snow. And then, what else did we do in North Carolina? Got in trouble a lot. Mostly Dave, not me. I just tagged along. Boston. Ooh, I have a terrible memory of Dave in Boston. It was autumn and the leaves had fallen, and Dave thought it'd be clever and silly to cover up a big rock, like not a rock, like a boulder-sized rock, about 2.5 feet tall, 3 feet wide.
My.
Cover it with leaves, and then tell me he had made a leaf pile, and so he did.
Jump in it.
Yeah, so I jumped in head first and hit the rock. That hurt, but I was okay because I was a little boy. We're made out of rubber. Yeah, that hurt. And I remember that's where we got our first Nintendo system was in Boston. Oh, speaking of Nintendo, rewind to North Carolina. He had somehow managed to get a sleepover at the Voskis' house with Tony, and I knew that Tony had a Nintendo and he had Mario 3, and I really wanted to play it, so I begged Dave to let me join him on the sleepover. If you can imagine, that'd be terrible having your little brother come on a sleepover with you. And so he said no, and I said, well, I will do your chores for a whole day. He said no, and I said, well, for a whole week I will do your chores.
Okay.
So he asked, and I went, and anyway, it was my first exposure to Mario 3. So that was nice, or I don't know, wise of him. I ended up doing chores for a week. Back to Boston. Let's see, what else in Boston? Oh, Boston is where Dave and I managed to get me a scar. Where is it? One of these.
somewhere.
One of this one, big scar right here. I have another Gaskin story about that. Hey, Gwen.
Is it about jumping off the swing?
No, that's a different one right here. No, Dave and I were chasing each other in the house, and I tripped him. No, he tripped me, and my head hit a chair and split it open. It split my head open, not the chair. Anyway, it was a mess. Watch the other Gaskin story for that.
Oh yeah, that one.
What else? In Boston, he and I used to walk to the store all the time and get a bag of 99-cent Doritos. We love doing that. And we go to the pool quite often together. Oh, and in Boston, he and I would constantly go collect cans, because in Boston you get money for recycling cans. So he and I had a pretty good business run collecting cans, and he let me join him for that, which was nice. He also started a business of selling candy at our school, and he let me copycat him on that as well. That was nice. We moved to Japan, and that's where Dave became a teenager and got into all sorts of trouble. And he and I sort of drifted apart at that point. We didn't hang out much anymore because he was a teenager and I was a pretty uncool little brother, which is totally a true statement. This isn't me being sarcastic. I was a very uncool little brother. So rarely did
How old were you?
I was 11. It's about the worst age for a boy in terms of annoyingness. Anyway, so I didn't hang out with him much at that point except at scout meetings. We did a lot together at scout meetings and campouts. What else? We moved to Ramona, California, and he and I swam together constantly. We'd have contests, see who could swim at as many lengths of the pool as they could underwater without coming up for breath.
Oh.
He beat me.
Of
I thought I
course.
was awesome. I think I could do 3 lengths without coming up, which was pretty cool. And he ended up doing like 5 or something ridiculous. I don't know how he did it. So, and we'd have water treading contests, and we'd do all sorts of stuff together in Ramona. Went to school together briefly, then he graduated. I followed in his footsteps and did show choir. That's why I did show choirs, because Dave was in it. And I thought it would be cool. Anyway, other than that, I guess those are my memories of Dave growing up.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Dave. And then after growing up, we haven't spent a lot of time together because we don't live in the same state. But we've hung out now and then when I'm out in Texas, which is fun. I like seeing Parker and Callie. And Christy. Okay, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Bye-bye. Glenn, say happy birthday. Can you say happy birthday? Happy birthday.